Wake up, America. Wake up. You will not have a country if he rigs this election. You will have a president who will be running for a third term. Mark my word. I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received in the mail a Trump 2028 hat from one of his biggest supporters. These guys are not screwing around.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
Let me shout out the Texas Democrats, the Texas legislature, who we've been talking about this. They didn't have enough people to be able to push this gerrymandering through again. Now what's left is Governor Abbott can call for another round of trying to get this to be passed through so that they can gerrymander. He can do it again. He could try again for another 30 days, I think. But I feel like Roderick Morrow and everyone listening, this going to turn into a Montgomery bus boycott situation if they're not careful. The winds are going in a direction that will hurt you, Governor Abbott and Trump and everybody else who's pushing for the gerrymandering, because not only are you activating the Democratic states that have governors like Gavin Newsom, who I'm going to play a clip from, who have more seats than you have.
Right.
The Democratic states have more seats. If we're talking about New York, California, Maryland now is on the map. Like, they can gerrymander all of their seats. You want to play this game? Let's go. So not only are you activating people, because now the will of the people in those states are also, because you're not going with the will of the people in Texas. The will of the people in these states are going to say to their Democratic governor, yes, go ahead, because you're not going to take away my vote, because that's what's happening. If Texas is able to get away with this, come the midterms, none of us have a vote. None of us. Okay. So this is so important. This is not just about Texas. So the fact that them Democrats and shout out to Urban View Mornings, Adjoa Asamoah was sitting in for Dr. Carr today. She brought Governor Wes Moore on, and she brought on Representative Jones, Yolanda Jones, who, oh my God, her backstory. She talked about her dad. She was with him when he blew his brains out. I mean, it was an incredible interview. But she's one of those representatives that is standing on business, you know. Yes. She was like, look, I'm here for the long haul. And then they only make like $500 a month. Like, this is not like Congress where you go in broke, a bartender, and you come out a millionaire with book deals and insider trading. No, state legislators are actually doing the work. It's almost volunteer. And they're being charged $500 a month, or excuse me, a day, $500 a day. They're being fined for not showing up to vote. They're being charged $500 a day, and they're not making that much money. And they got to pay into the healthcare, she was saying, and the unions and all of this stuff. So this is not a job that they're making money, and they're being fined and tracked down 100 days. She called it, she said it was like the fugitive slave laws, because they're coming to their houses looking for them, and they want to arrest them. Their lives, and not to mention the death threats. Okay.
Yes.
But these folks are standing. So President Obama said some things to encourage them. But we, all of us, whether you live in Texas or not, let's go and support. However, if you can't support with finances, get yourself calling and emailing, because it will impact all of us. And even if it doesn't, this is the right thing to do. So I just want to shout them out. And if you didn't listen to Urban View Mornings today, it was incredible to listen to. I was driving around, like I just kept driving around just to keep listening. And then I have the app so I could pause and then fast forward through the commercials and get through my stuff.
This is also why, you know, I try not to generalize when I talk about like the Democrats, because like the people putting their lives on the line in this country right now is, if there's someone that's elected that's putting their life on the line to try to stop this madness, it's not Republicans. They've absconded from their duties. They've completely capitulated. And then the ones that have been ostracized from the party. You know, you're like Liz Cheney and stuff like that. And I'm not saying she's like a friend to my causes, but she was a person that said, nah, this Trump stuff is bad. And when they do that, they have to go. There was another guy, I can't remember his name, but a couple of weeks ago said, yeah, I'm done. Like, I can't be a Republican. This is not what I was told we represented. And so these fascist moves that the Trump administration is making, this is beyond the norms. And so you need some responses that are beyond the norms. And so in this case, it's so brave of them to literally, in a state where they will arrest these people, try to like force them to stay in a state where the AG, with his own problems, by the way, he need to be worried about himself, but where the AG is out here like, how do we go across state lines to try to get these people? This is something different. This is not normal.
Yeah.
Normal response won't get us through this.
No, and just as I'm looking, Governor Adam immediately called another special session to pass this congressional map. They are literally signing their own death warrant.
They're trying to steal people's votes, and you know what bothers me the most?
It's not going to work well.
What bothers me the most is if we lived in a decent society with citizens with some moral fortitude, this would be enough to cancel that entire party in that state, just because even the people that are Republicans should be like, this is not a democracy. This is not what I vote for. If I vote so that we get the representation of what's in our state, if our state is 50-50, then our state should look 50-50. But they're so power hungry and greedy that they're having states in the South where like 30% of the electorate gets 100% of the power. And that's exactly what they're promoting. I hope, that Gavin Newsom and those people, I hope they actually follow through on the threat. I hope it's not just for Twitter and stuff. Like, I hope they follow through on it. And low key, even if the Republicans don't do this in Texas, you need to always have a plan for that emergency button, just in case. Because they won't, this is not a thing where just because it didn't happen this time, the Republicans will go, well, our 100 years, 200 years of practice of trying to steal the votes of people and trying to suppress them, we gonna stop. Nah, dog, they're gonna always have this as a strategy. So yeah, get the meetings ready so that just the second that they go, we passed it, you can be like, cool, guess what California just did? Us too.
Right. Well, the Speaker of the House in Texas banged in the second session immediately after the first session ended. He announced that the chamber would not meet quorum, and he thanked the Democrats remaining out of state to protest. He thanked them. President Trump ordered Texas to extract 5 seats. It's like calling up Georgia. Can you just find me 11,000 votes?
Right.
This is illegal, but what does it matter if you can't enforce it? So again, we have to put more support in the hands and minds and spirits of those Texas Democrats, because a lot is riding on it for them.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, this guy Speaker Burrows, said that if they did come back before Monday, because they're giving them the weekend off, they will be arrested. They're going to have them arrested. And Jolanda Jones said this morning, she said, I'm sure Dr. King didn't sign up for the arrest and all of the things, like you don't sign up for these things, but you have to be prepared. Like if we're doing this, that's on the table. So I'm prepared to go to jail and do whatever, because this means that much to us. So shout out again to those Democrats standing on business. The threats are thick, Roger. They're so thick.
And they're hoping that you'll, choose yourself over your obligation, right? They're hoping that you'll go, man, I'm scared of getting arrested. Let me just go sit in that chamber, let them pass these draconian laws, strip everybody of their voting ability. And I literally do applaud the bravery, man. Like these people, like it matters. And like I said, this representation matters. I think too often the cynicism rules the day, especially of those of us that follow politics through social media, and everything's just, oh, why are we trying anything? Nothing's ever gonna work. These people are the worst. And it's like, y'all are missing the people fighting right in your face. Like elevate them, because I mean, you still can have smoke for Chuck Schumer. That don't mean you don't gotta have smoke for some of these people, but the ones that's doing it right, let's big them up so that hopefully they can take over those roles eventually, where we're like, hey, This person's a leader. This is the person we want to see. We don't want to see any more of the like old ways, and we just gonna do this through handshakes and deals that aren't going to come through because the other side is not even interested in that. So, yeah, I'm so proud of these people, man. I like that's what a representation feels like.
Well, the nasty thing is that they've shoved into the special session relief for the flood, the Central Texas flood. So they've shoved that in, and then they're trying to paint these Democrats as anti-relief, so they're trying to win over the hearts and minds of people to say that the Democrats, they don't want to come back and take care of the Texans. It's so nasty.
Which is insane because, like, let's say you're a person that would be willing to believe that. You ain't have a problem with them cutting FEMA budget. You ain't have a problem with them cutting the weather satellite budget so that they didn't even know the storm that killed those little girls at the camp was coming. They couldn't warn the people in enough time. So Republicans did that. You was sitting down going, no problem. Then they go, we shoved this last minute thing in this deal, and the Democrats didn't go for it. And you're gonna, who is the dummy who's walking out of there like, yeah, the damn Democrats? That's who did this. I mean, I'm sure people like that must exist, but I have no respect for someone's acumen that would fall for such a cheap trick.
Well, we have Trump as president behind cheap tricks. Tricks of cheating, stealing, and trickery has been the way that they have won.
My personal belief is, and it's probably, that's why I'm never going to be famous. My personal belief is them people ain't get tricked. Like that. There's some other things he said that that he's consistent on.
Just say it. Right.
I'm saying like the racism, the xenophobia, the bigotry, the
so you're saying that they voted for this.
Yeah,
they didn't get tricked. This is what
we do them a favor when we're like, man, people think Haitians is eating dogs and cats. I'm like, no, they think Haitians is dark-skinned people that shouldn't be in this country. That's what they think. They're not mistaken about did they fill out the right paperwork and do they go work? No, they're looking at memes of pictures of people with safety vests on collecting ducks and going, look at these Haitians. First of all, a duck's not a dog or a cat, dummy. But second of all, you have to have something inside you that want to believe that, right? So I'm not feeling like they got confused. When I see Joe Rogan trying to be like, man, this whole thing with ICE wearing masks is crazy, right, bro? I'm like, nah, like you can't trick me into thinking that you didn't hear everything he said about immigration and immigrants and others for the last 10 years. You didn't hear none of that, and now you shocked. You want to come back to the good side? I don't believe you, dog. You need to admit that real truth in your soul that y'all like this. You like the way he does it.
I want to say you're right. I know you're right, Roger. Roger Morrow is here, the black guy who tips.com. Let's play Gavin Newsom. I pray, sir, that you actually are living up to the things that come out of your mouth. So let's hear what he has to say.
Wake up, America. Wake up. You will not have a country if he rigs this election. You will have a president who will be running for a third term. Mark my word. I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received in the mail a Trump 2028 hat from one of his biggest supporters. These guys are not screwing around. The rules do not apply to him. The most corrupt president in history. He doesn't believe in free enterprise, crony capitalism. He is wrecking this country, wrecking the economy. He's a lawless president. Wake up, America. Wake up to what's going on.
Yeah, I think to Rod's point, they know what's going on. They like it. Didn't expect it was going to hit them. That was the thing, right? If he had just rounded up all of the immigrants, wherever, Home Depot, legal, not legal, lost their paperwork, didn't lose their paperwork, perfectly good human beings paying taxes, and just messed with the Mexicans, the brown people, black, you could round up the black people too. But they are losing their jobs in Maine. they're losing their jobs. In who was the Carrie Underwood? Her farm is going under. Like they didn't. Her multi-million-dollar farm is going under because nobody's there to pick the stuff. They didn't expect it to hit them. And if he was smart, he would have left the damn people alone on the farms in front of Home Depot, and really gone after the gangs. Like if you were really about that life and round them up and just secretly get, he could have rounded up black people too. And nobody would have been up in arms.
Yeah.
Except for the black people. And
I
that
think
would have
it
been a
was-
surprise for them.
I think it was Adam Serwer that said the cruelty is the point. And, I read that book and it sticks out to me how much the cruelty is the point. And I think what happens is people go, oh, well, then there's a point where things will get bad enough for his supporters. And they'll go, oh no, I can't have this. My groceries cost too much now. And we may get to that point. Like, I don't want to belittle that, because my overall theory is that the suffering will have to get so bad that some people will go, I hate these brown people. I don't hate them that much. I don't know what number that is for these fools, but that's how it's always worked in America in the past. Is I always get to a point where they be like, damn, I guess the blacks can be free as long as the meat comes down and the cotton prices are good.
Right.
But there's something about the kind of person, what kind of soul you must have to be like, yeah, my steak costs more, but I like that they got alligator Alcatraz. I'm paying a tax on the tariffs are kicking my butt in my bank account. I spent Joe Biden entire 4 years mad making up inflation stuff. Like, not even just economy numbers come in and I go, I don't feel that's whatever that means, right? Facts don't matter anymore. People don't feel the economy is doing well. Who are these people? The people that's going to vote for Trump. But at the end of the day, there's somebody out there right now, Fox News, OAN, whoever, and they're on TV telling their constituents, this ain't bad. Hey, don't look. He getting rid of the Browns. He's sending them to alligator Alcatraz. Look what he's doing to DC. He's getting rid of crime. Don't look at your bank statement. Leave that 401k alone. Don't even think about that. That's crazy. He's getting rid of the job numbers. Like, that's the kind of thing that they're considering, rather than letting people live in the results of what they voted for, right?
Yes.
Rather than you deal with what you voted for.
Fire the statistician.
Yes.
Fire the person reporting the actual numbers.
Yes.
And then we won't report the actual numbers ever again.
I'm a Charlotte Hornets fan. That's like if they fired the scorekeeper. Girl, I know they sorry. I'm at the game. I know we losing. You can't trick me.
Oh, because you're smart, Roderick Morrow. We live in a dumb, dumb world.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.